How's it going, guys? It's Sim here for episode 7, and I've been playing with a new mod that we've got on the server. It's called Chisel. Now, this mod is rather fun. It doesn't actually add any useful items to the game, but it adds a ton of cosmetic items to the game. So, like this glass here. This is normal glass, but kind of different, as you can see. It doesn't have that annoying dots in the middle of it. Though it doesn't really have connected texture, which I really wish it did, but that's okay. So, the thing you need to get started with it is just a piece of iron and a stick. Now this could be a problem if you have Red Power installed. I'll just warn you, it's the exact same recipe as the screwdriver from Red Power. So, there you go, you have a chisel. Now, to do anything with this, you can either, well, here, let me grab some cobble real quick. Cobble's always a good test. So, say you have cobble on the ground, it's part of your house, but you want it to look better. The base thing that you can do is left click, and it changes. Though it changes to a random piece so you can't really control it with just a straight right click, or left click, sorry. But you can right click with the chisel and you get a little interface here. Now the way you use this is you can take most vanilla blocks like so, and it brings up everything you can make from that one block. For now, let's just turn these back to cobble so you can see something else that is rather cool. So let's put this back down, and now let's put one piece of cobble in here. And let's say we wanted it all on these cobblestone tiles. Good, but that's only one, right? So let's put that back in there and close the interface. Now you'll notice the icon on my hotbar now has what looks like a block in it. Well, if we left click now, every time it will turn in to that block. It will never turn into something else. Uh-oh. Little visitor. Okay. But yeah, so that's an easy way to turn already existing blocks into something else, which that's actually exactly what I did here. And let me show you that in actual practice here. Let's grab a piece of glass. Let's get back in here, turn that back to cobble. And we want to use, let's say, why don't we use the one that we used here? So I used borderless glass right here, which it looks pretty good. So let's go about here and left click. There you go. It just changes your items. Really, really cool. I'll have to get that one on the other side. Same with those two. But it's an easy way to modify your existing stuff. Now it doesn't really do anything with mod blocks, so like I can't do anything with that ash stone. But other than that, it's pretty darn useful. Oh, that's not good. Seems that glitch is still in here, so I might just switch that back to regular glass. Let's fix that. There we go. And back to borderless. Now you'll notice it did take a bit of durability damage. Anytime you're left clicking with it, just straight on a block, the chisel does take some durability damage, but it's got quite a bit. So it's not something to really fret about. Now some of the other blocks you can work with are iron fences, right here for instance, which I think looks kind of cool. And obviously you've seen glass, but you can also use glass panes. So, for instance, I believe I had some in here. Yeah, there we go. Now, believe it or not, these are actually just glass panes, but edited with Chisel. Now, I need to make a Silk Touch pick real quick. That way we can pick that up without destroying it. Always a good idea. Just going to use our little enchanting table here, and I hope we have enough levels. I don't know if we do or not. We don't. Well, that's frustrating. Why don't we go kill some pigmen real quick? They're always quick and easy. Alright. Well, normally there's quite a few of them around here. I guess we caught them on a bad day. Come here, Biggie. There you are. Come on, I know you want to hurt me. Oh, Nitro Creeper. Got one of them. Yeah, those things are tough to deal with in packs. Okay, let's get a few more. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Make him angry. Notice I take very little damage. That's thanks to my mage armor here. Offers a ton of protection. I don't think we have that bush yet. Yeah, we definitely don't have that bush yet. Let's try for level 10. Oh, actually this should do it right here. There we go. Nether quartz for the win. Okay. Let's go ahead and get back to our portal. We're going to need to get some of that soul sand later. Whoa! His flying full speed still hits him. Alright. Oh, and you'll notice this room got a nice makeover. This is actually nether brick. It's one of a few of the blocks that you can make with nether brick, which I think will look really cool. I'll show you them here in a moment. Actually, let's while we're down here, get rid of that. Now, I did fix the mirrors. I did fix the aura around here, so the mirrors now work. And I completely forgot to enchant our stuff. Okay, there we go. Nice, right click, that in there. And you can always change it back to the vanilla block, whatever you want to do. And it's got a whole bunch of cool looking blocks that you can make, just like that. I think that's just awesome looking. Okay, let's put these back in here. Now, some of the blocks that you can mess with are diamonds, I believe obsidian, mess with nether brick, mossy brick, regular brick, and mossy cobble. Just getting one of each here, but I need to put the dark berries away. And the quartz. And the gold. Good. Sorry about that. Here we are. Now let's look at the lapis here. Yeah, it's got some really interesting blocks you can get from lapis. It's a nice, darker blue, a bit shiny version of the lapis block. Some of the other stuff here. Kind of like a lapis paver. Slightly different paver. Just a whole bunch of different variations of chiseled block here. Which I'm not getting the one that I would want to see or show you. See, there's one in here that I actually have some use for. Which this one looks pretty cool, in my opinion. I think this could make excellent floor molding, so like put it around the edges of a floor and it could work out pretty good there. So yeah, and then we can always just, notice it doesn't give lapis there, but we can just turn it back to a regular lapis block, just like that. There you go. Then we've got the nether brick, which I used before, downstairs. And what we used downstairs was the stone nether brick, obsidian nether brick, and blue nether brick with lava, which those blocks look pretty darn awesome, I've got to say. The rest of them, I'm not too sure about. Now you can carve up the stone bricks and you can make chiseled stone bricks, which is really nice, since some other mods are using them. Then you have a whole bunch of different fancier blocks that you can make, which this one looks kind of interesting on the tooltip. I can see this used on towers as as decoration on some of the walls. But I can definitely see us using a bunch of the chiseled blocks in future builds. Especially stuff like this, which looks a lot like this brick, but it's stone brick. And you can do stacks at a time. You can convert stacks at a time. So just like this, so you just put your stack in there, and you can pull out a stack of the other stuff. Pretty simple. And here's some of the obsidian stuff. This block doesn't impress me, but some of these other ones actually look pretty interesting. But like you can make an obsidian snake and little organic chunks and tiles, bright panels. This one is kind of one to look at. It says it's supposed to be a map. I can kind of see it, but yeah, it is still obsidian, so it does take a while to mine out. So if you place this stuff, make sure you can get it up. And there's stuff with the mossy cobblestone right here, which is basically the exact same stuff that you can use with the regular cobblestone, but with the mossy texture. And same thing goes for the... Oh, apparently you can turn regular brick into mossy brick. Did not realize that. You can use netherrack with this, but I really don't like the netherrack textures. I just never have. But yeah, this is the chiseled mod. And I think it's pretty darn cool, especially for building stuff. But that is, in fact, its only use. It does add a few pieces of world gen, which you should be aware of. It happens to be raw marble and raw limestone. There you go. So this and this. Later on, when we get to exploring more, you should see it in the world. Unfortunately, when we first made the world, we didn't have chiseled on the server. But we did add it later on. We had it on the client the entire time, but we forgot to add it to the server. So any new chunks that we generate will have chiseled stuff in it. I was kind of checking on Bevolj. I was off for a couple hours earlier while he was building something. It was actually his tree farms over in the corner here. And it looks like he's got an infestation. Okay. Let's see. It looks like the tree farms go out that way, and he's using some kind of new pipe. I don't know what pipe that is. It's kind of weird. And it looks like it's got probably a second floor up there, and ooh, I'm stuck. So I'm going to have to teleport out. There we go. Hooray for recall. I am so glad I got that spell. Sadly, the iron fences really don't stop you from jumping over it. Otherwise, it would look cooler. But there are some interesting things you can build with it. Okay, I see what he did here. He's got his trees coming out here. And he's got it going downstairs like that. And then everything's going to go back to the base from here. That looks cool. It looks like his rednet cable is kind of funky. But that's to be expected. It is a new feature. So it's not all the way working out the kinks, so darn it. These witches don't want to leave me alone. Ooh, this is a perfect chance to show you spasms of an uncontrolled hand. Let's see. There we go. And oh, darn it. Get back, zombie. Drop your shovel. Come on, I said drop your shovel. He doesn't want to drop it. I think this may be more for PvP than PvE. It doesn't seem to work on zombies. Though I have had a witch drop something before. Let's see if we can... Oh, yeah, he dropped something. I don't think it was anything important, but I think it just took it out of his hand. Didn't look like it actually drops it on the floor. I had used it on Bevolj once, and he had actually been holding some rotten flesh, and it made him drop the flesh. So that was kind of cool. Oh, seems I'm lagging a tiny bit here. Oh my. Now, I've been storing the chisel in my random junk chest, and I had just made the second one so that you could see. So, yeah, you see there's already one up in there. And it looks like our sorting system's working fairly well. Some of the things that do have sort destinations have been going in here, but that's just because the guy's over there. But I suppose I could make whichever golem was on this chest, pull from there any items that's left over, and it'd probably go a little smoother, but we'll work out the kinks another time. Here's some of the other blocks that you can make. Of course, there's a bunch of different stairs that you can make with limestone and marble. You can also use ice, which I think is kind of cool. And you've got sandstone, glass, of course, cobble. You can use emeralds, diamond blocks, which actually is kind of interesting. It looks more metallic than anything. And it also looks like you might be able to use iron blocks. Let's test that. Do we have an iron block? We do. Oh, cool. Cool. Look at this. Iron coins, large iron ingots, small ingots, iron bricks, iron plates, plates with rivets. You can make a little spaceship thing out of it. Actually, it didn't look too bad. Let's see what else we got here. That's kind of cool. Do a little steampunk thing. I can see Bevolj using that in a future build, since he's doing tech stuff on the server. Not much use for me, though. This one I can see maybe a few uses for. Maybe around the Nexus, things like that, anywhere where I have an open garden area. I can see that being used as floor decoration. Simple iron block. Doesn't look too bad. But that's enough of that one. Let's see, ice tiles, gold ingots. Okay, so you can do the same thing with gold that you can with iron, it looks like. And then you've got all the wood planks, all the vanilla wood planks, which is kind of cool. And it looks like iron is the moon and gold is the sun, or stars, which is kind of cool. There's definitely kind of a magic-y feel to it, I would say. Ooh, I want to see that. I want to see that gold one, or the diamond one. So let's get about 9 diamonds here. Put it into a block real quick. That's one thing I'm glad we don't have Greg Tech for, is making blocks. Making blocks is just annoying in Greg Tech. But that could also be kind of cool. Maybe mixed with the lapis one. Crushed diamond, diamonds and obsidian. This one could be interesting. Ooh, I can see that making a brilliant roof. Though that is expensive. 9 diamonds for 1 block. But it does look pretty darn good, I gotta say. I wonder what this one is. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Now, what would be awesome is if this had the moving textures that Zycraft had, and you saw this purple stuff kind of waving in and out inside the texture itself. That would be pretty cool looking, I gotta say. It's a shame that the guy who did this is using such low res on the textures. I'd really like to see this in a high definition texture. But let's go ahead and toss the block of diamond back in there. But yeah, that's what we can do with the Chisel mod. So you can see there's quite a few different iron bars here. But yeah. So I may go for some mining. I doubt you want to see that, so I'm gonna get back to you when I get back from that. Well guys, I actually found a Mage Dungeon. I realize I haven't actually shown you one of these yet, but this is what it looks like. Pretty small, not terribly exciting. Has a lot of bookshelves and 1 chest, that's pretty much it. But as with almost all the Ars Magica stuff, it does have chiseled stone, so it is a good place to go. And we already have that. but we got a diary, which means that we can do a little more research. Let's use our little sorting system here and send back a lot of stuff, which we can go ahead and send those through as well. But I'll let you guys know if I find something else interesting. Okay guys, I'm back, and I've noticed it's pretty close to the wrapping up point, but I decided to show you what I was researching here, using that diary that we got, and 3 lightning essence here. Now I did get a comment on the last video that they thought lightning essence lightning would be a cool one to try. Oh, and we got chain lightning. That could be cool. Let's see what it takes to make it. There it is. 2 yellow, 2 blue, and 2 white. That really shouldn't be too bad here. Let's see. We've got bone meal. There we go. Oops. You can just shift click the runes in. And chain lightning. We're gonna have to try this baby out. Oh, and looky here, my mana battery is actually acting as a energy buffer. I didn't realize it could charge and expel energy at the same time. Kind of interesting, but we need to put a lot more energy back into the Nexus. That battery took up a lot of stuff. But let's get back to testing our spell. We need test subjects. Preferably not witches. So let's hope for some cows. Should be some... oh yeah, over here. But they're not grouped up together. And... awesome. That is cool. Let's see how well it works on a range. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to like Lightning Affinity. Well, there it is. That is pretty darn cool, I have to say. It seems I'm getting a little frame rate issue doing this. It's a little unusual for me. Only question I have is, what would it do to a creeper? We're going to have to find that one out. But it's wrapping up time, so I'm going to see you guys next time on episode 8, I believe we're on. Toasty cows. Take it easy, guys.